light bearers of the world, disciples of living truth, advocates of all that is real. I, Pallas Athena, come this day, raying forth the light of cosmic Christ and Buddhic truth into the earth, and specifically into those arenas where error, falsity, lies, and deception has manifest. And the emerald ray pierces to the core of the lie, exposes it in its fatality, in its fatalistic matrix. And by an action of light from the sun source of being, that lie is dissolved, consumed in its entirety. And from that point and space where the lie originated, a new crystalline matrix of divine truth emerges, is born, verily as a tree of life, beingness. And within this tree are many essences of divine glory, holy wonderment, beauty. For you see, dearest ones, beauty and love are the complements of truth. For where truth is known, there is the glory of the third ray as divine love, compassion, and all of the qualities of this holy virtue of the one God. Where lies originate, there is no light, only darkness. Yet where truth is, there is originality, consciousness, divine presence, and a pure stream of beingness that allows the soul and the spirit to soar. You have heard time and again, the truth shall set you free. Yet have you, blessed ones, truly realized what that truth is within you that will unshackle you, liberate you from your lesser self, the not self, the unreality, the dweller on the threshold, the nihilistic essence that you have allowed to dwell within your temple of light. When you cut to the chase and go to the cause and core of the lie that somehow you are outside of God, separate from the divine. And when you truly parse this dynamic and understand the equation that you must fully accept within your being, 1 equals 1. You, as a sovereign individuality of the Divine One, are equal to your source because you were born of and within the womb of the Cosmic Mother. Then you find yourself again. You know who you are, and that truth of your pure beingness in and as God manifests through your life and everything that you think, feel, see, hear, and do. Yes, dearest ones, it is time for many more to awaken to the eternal truths that the Ascended Masters, the Chohans, the Archangels, and the Elohim bring and shine forth through progressive revelatory teaching to mankind. Many have accepted a type of religion that is truly nothing more than a facade. Rituals that have been calcified into matrices that do not bring forth originality of your soul in a higher matrix of light fashioned by the Divine One and wings of light of the angelic kingdom. Imagine a world where every soul, spiritualized by pure light energy, is free to accomplish the miraculous, the sublime, and bring forth the beautiful in this world. This is the world in which I live, and in which you may also live if you choose to put aside all of the elements of unreality and non-truth and accept the verities, the veracity, and the virya of your true nature, one with your source. The ray that I have delivered this day may result in a greater exposure of the dark ones. Many of these you are aware of already. Some have yet to show their full colors. And I say these are not the colors of Ascended Master Consciousness or of the Divine Light. In the political realm, dearest ones, I can say that though there are many well-meaning individuals whose inner desire is to be of service to their constituents, because of the hollowed-out matrix that has manifest within this Congress and many across the earth, there is little that they can do because of the powers that be, the monetary influences, constraints, and temptations. And therefore prayer is essential to allow there to be truth manifest within your media and within the lives of Americans and peoples everywhere. I stand in Nashville. I stand in Greece. And I stand with you where you are whenever you speak your truth, God's truth, with love, compassion, and understanding. Blessed ones, the karmic board of which I am a member has reviewed your missives, and you have heard of certain dispensations that we desire to bring forth on your behalf, individually and collectively, in this movement and across the earth. What I have to share with you, representing the fifth ray on the karmic board, is that when you are truthful to your word, when you believe in what you have penned, what you have accepted as possible, and then work to invest the energies of your spirit so that there is something as an offering on the altar of the Divine One, as a token of your constancy, your determination, your loving spirit. Then we reply, we approve, we assent to that which you have requested. And once the energy of light is provided unto you, it is incumbent upon you to remain truthful to yourself, to God, and to others, and to use that which has been vouchsafed unto you only for the highest purposes of the light. Some have squandered much, having received much, and yet lacking an understanding of the dynamics of the balanced scales of being, have floundered and have lost much in the way of their own spiritual progress and opportunity. Constancy, showing up, being there day by day at your altar, within your heart, true to holy purpose, is what I say makes a disciple a master. Yes, blessed ones, you can and will be victorious in all things, so long as you vibrate in light with God and live according to the eternal laws of holy truth. I am Pallas Athena. I guard you, I guide you unto the God within you, ever and always, your mother, your protectress, your advocate, before the courts of heaven and even the courts of man upon earth. I thank you.